Well, hello there. How's everybody doing tonight? I don't know if I've garnered enough interest in my topic tonight, but I have a crazy story for you. And I'm also going to show you the house. It's from a showing that I had last week. You never know what may happen at a home showing. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the intro, and then I will be back. Boom! Let's do this. Okay, so that is a beautiful home. Once again, I'm going to make sure. Oh, hang on a sec. I might be private. Okay, good. I'm not. I messed up one time and did that, and had to start the show over. Okay, so here's the deal. So I had a showing last week, and I actually had to wait to talk about this. Sasquatch is like totally. I love Sasquatch so much, but I need someone to create a stand for me for him. That's like long. That's adjustable where he can like sit and stuff. Okay, so here's the topic. You never know what may happen at a showing. And I told a couple of friends, and this agent, I had asked her if I could share the story and just not share her name. And I don't actually know if she cares if I share her name. It's actually very cool. But this is a crazy ass thing that happened, and I'm going to keep you in suspense for a while. Okay, so I'm calling this All in a Day. Okay, all in a day. Because you never know. Like, I think about things. Okay, so here's the thing. I think about things when I'm showing homes all the time. So when I'm with people, it's interesting because I always lock the door behind us. So when we go in, I lock the door. And the reason why I do that is because there are lurkers out there who would like to take advantage of realtors and or clients or anything else and come in and possibly attack you or steal something or, God forbid, anything worse. And so I just like to be safe. So there's all these safety things you can use in open houses and stuff too. But I'm always thinking about in these houses, what could come about? What could happen if I open a closet door and there's like a druggie in there or something, or somebody hiding out or squatting or something. You just don't know. Okay. And what happens if there's an accident? Like, there's so many things that you just don't think about, and you just don't know what you're going to do until you're in the situation. So that's where we're at. I'm going to show you this house though, because it's beautiful. I had to take a couple of deets. It was built in, that's my watch. It was built in 1934, and it's in the Del Norte Place historic neighborhood, which is it's very close to me. So now this agent and I are going to be friends. We're actually going to do brunch on Sunday, or actually early breakfast, but here it is. Okay. So this is the house. It's beautiful. It's all brick. So like I said, I'm going to remove this thing now. So it was built in 1934. So this is from the side. It's basically on 2 lots. So I drive by this every day and I think, gosh, this place is gorgeous. Okay. So the house is 2,150 square feet. I think that might include the guest house. But it's got, 3 bedrooms anyway, I'm just going to show you through the pictures and then we'll see. So this is the guest house. Okay. So I'm going to show you in a second a video that'll give you kind of a better update of what that looks like. So there's the guest house, and it's like a huge room. You could have like a dance studio, or I don't know, rent office space to people. I mean, or it's a huge space to do stuff with. And then there's a little bedroom in the back. Then they have stairs, and then this little loft thing upstairs in the guest house. Okay. And the guest house is pretty big. And then there's a bathroom in there. I thought I turned this on Do Not Disturb. What the heck's going on here? I should not be getting notifications. Sorry about that. There's a little bathroom in there. And then there's a little kitchen in there. So this is, okay. So then what I'm going to show you now is a video of part of it in there. So like, I didn't put her in there, but this is the guest house, and you'll see how expansive and how awesome that space is downstairs. Like I said, it's like a studio kind of thing. So I think you can hear me. Let me know, anybody that's watching, because I don't know who's watching unless you comment. Let me know if you can hear me over those videos. So like I said, I'm going to talk over this, like all that space down there. The kitchen is in the back, so directly opposite those doors there. Okay. And so then when you leave the guest house, there's this little space in between that and the garage. And so there's like a little grill out there and you can just do whatever. Okay. And then there is a space there, which it's kind of growing vegetation right now, if you can see that in the middle there, but you could use that as a fire pit, or you could put benches there or whatever. And actually the yard is bigger. So when I tell you the story, you're going to understand. I was going to actually take more pictures, but I couldn't. So there is a play pool, they call it out back, and it's just a circular pool. It's interesting because it's like an in-ground pool, but it also has lining. So they're working on it. That's going to get fixed. Okay, I have comments. I'm watching, can hear perfect. Okay, perfect. So that's okay, Sylvia. So you can hear when I'm doing the video, which is great because then I can explain things because I took the video of us talking while I was doing the video. So the yard has it's 2 lots and it's got some grass and stuff and it's got a lot of concrete, but it's like just a very awesome usable space. They actually had a wedding there. Like I said, it was built in 1932. Sorry. So it's 2 years younger than my house. It's got the original flooring. Mine's scratched. That one's been buffed. It looks nice. Oh yeah, Sylvia, just wait till I show you more. It's totally beautiful. Okay, so let me get back to, let me get back to the rest and then I'll tell you the story. Okay, so look at how gorgeous this is. So these are like my floors. And I don't know if you can see them behind me, when I'm not tiny in here. So they're probably walnut like mine. What you're seeing on the left there under the chandelier is the side of the house that I had showed you at the beginning and shown you at the beginning. And that's like the dining area. And then off to the left, there's the kitchen. So I don't really have pictures of that either because I was planning on taking some more. But it's gorgeous. And then that open area there is the living room, which I'm going to show you a video in a second also. Actually, I'll show that to you now, okay? Because it really shows you the beauty of it. Okay, so here it is. And there's that tile is like what I have in my bathroom. And see like the fireplace there with the mirror and those windows on the side actually open. And so you can just see how gorgeous and open that is. So I'll show you one more time. And right across from the front door there is, it's another door in one of the bedrooms there. So it's got a whole bunch of egresses, which are exits in this place. So then you have, after this downstairs, you have a guest bedroom that's actually pretty large. And then outside that guest bedroom, if you can see like these drawers and stuff, it's got the original, like the things on it. What are they called? Like the knobs or whatever. And I've got a more close up picture to show you. And then this is the bathroom down there for that person. And then this is sorry, I can't say that anymore. The main bedroom. And then I just took a picture. See that little tiny TV? If you're looking at it from here, you can see the TV on the right there. So then you have a door and a window there. So you can also go out back that way. And then the bathroom, I just took a picture. It's a renovated shower and everything. And then that thing on the right there is a shower steamer. So you can actually take steamed showers. Love all the details. I know, isn't it great? I couldn't wait to see this house. I'm sad that the person I was previewing it for didn't want to buy it, but they've got it under contract. So we're all good. But I just enjoy looking at these things. So this is upstairs. I think I kind of have this out of order a little bit, but there's an upstairs and that's sort of like a loft. So see that area in the back there, that could be like a tiny little office space or something. And then there's quite a big space there. And then, okay. So I missed part of it. There's quite a big space. Okay. I did miss part of it. There's quite a big space. And then there's like a bedroom up there and a bathroom. So like if it wasn't under contract, I would say you wanted to see it, I could go back and then I would do more. And maybe she'll let me anyway, just in case you're curious or in case I want to make a different video or something. But there's lots of possibilities in this place. And I was really excited and she was really cool. And we were just talking about all the things. And then that's a closer up picture of the drawers. You see the Art Deco knobs, what are they called? And that's a beautiful sconce. I always call them scones. Totally wrong. And then here are the stairs. I might have actually shown more of the upstairs. Here are the stairs. Okay. here are the stairs. That's it. So I'm almost to my story. I'm going to remove this. So you can see the house. I could have shown you a little bit more, but you get most of the details. Beautiful. Beautiful. I didn't get to the basement. So there's a basement. There's a 200 square foot basement that can be used as an office or a recreation room. You know, so much room for activities. And it's by the Encanto Park and Golf Course. I mean, this is one of the, it was actually touted in Phoenix Home and Garden magazine. And so, like I said, it's just a very cool place. I was planning on winning the 1.73 billion and then buying it because it's just, there's so many possibilities you can do this place. Beautiful. Okay, so here are the stairs. I'm going to talk about this in a minute. This is what I'm going to tell you. Do you see how narrow this is? Okay. So this is coming from the upstairs where I didn't show you the bedroom up there, but it's a bedroom, basically living room, and there's a little nook there for an office. So you come down these stairs right here and see how narrow they are? And they're very skinny stairs as well. And then you come down to the dining room / living room area. So you've seen that. And then there's the kitchen, which I'm sorry, I don't have pictures of. Okay. So I had just filmed that video. Here's where it gets crazy. I had just filmed that video standing in the dining room, and I turn around and I see the listing agent, and the stairs are very thin, like this way, narrow this way also. So your foot could potentially be like this. Okay. And I didn't quite catch it. And I don't know if she stumbled with her foot, her toe, or it felt like that. And it pitched her forward, and she flew like Superman, and she clunked a little bit her legs on the stairs and then just smacked on the ground. I mean, so hard on that hardwood floor. She's got blood, and I'm not sharing the picture. She's got blood spurting out of here, and then blood here, and she's laying on the ground and like kind of like gurgling, and I'm like freaking out. Like, what do I do? Oh my God. So I just met this lady. She just met me. What do I do? So I flipped her over, sat her up. We were talking. I went and grabbed, there was a towel. You know, everybody has towels on their stove in the house. So I grabbed a towel and I brought it over, and we put it on her head. And surprisingly, it did stop bleeding, but it was quite a big gash. And I asked her, she's so spunky, I could tell. Said, what month is it? Good question. How old are you? I'm thinking. What's your full name? She gave me her full name. What's your address? She gave me her address. Who's the president? Biden. But she kept saying, what happened? You fell down the stairs. What happened? What did I do? You fell down the stairs. What happened? You fell down the stairs. What did I do? It was constant. And so I was really nervous. I didn't know what to do. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? So we were kind of talking, and she just kept asking what happened. And then, so I said, okay, I'm going to lock this house up. I'm going to get you down the stairs. She had driven there and met me there, and she lived around the corner. And so I said, I'm going to drive you home in your car, and then I'm going to walk back and get my car. I'm going to come back, and then we're going to assess. Okay. So then we get outside, and I'm just basically trying to carry her pretty much because I just want her to hold on. So we get outside, and everything's locked up, and then we were walking to the car, and she said, that's not my car. Whose car is that? And I said, no, that's the car you drove in. So you can imagine my fear, because I'm thinking, oh my God, what is going on? Did she have a concussion? Like, is she going to have a stroke? I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, well, that's the car you drove in. I'm like, I have the key right here, you know? And so I'm holding her phone. It's on a purse thing, and I have everything. So I'm like, okay, well, you drove here in this car. Let's just drive you back in this car. Let me get you in the car, and we'll go. And then she had said she lived around the corner, so I was just going to try and figure it out anyway. So it was a very nice car. It was a Mercedes SUV. So I get her in the car, and we go around the corner. I mean, it's literally 0.2 miles. So we get around the corner, and she goes, that's my house right there with the flag. And then as we're driving up in the driveway, she says, whose flag is that? And I'm thinking, what do I do? Like, I was thinking, do I drive her to the hospital myself? But then I was really afraid because I didn't know about what kind of brain trauma she had. What if she had a seizure in my car? What do I do then? And I just met her, you know, and I want her to be safe. And so I called so I get her to the house, and her partner's there and doesn't want to answer the door and is nervous. And I'm like, I'm calling you from your wife's phone, so please come downstairs. So they come downstairs, and then we ended up, you know, chatting a little bit. And then I called the non-emergency police number because I was going to ask them, do you think I should call, 911? And I just started explaining, and they're like, hold on. So they connected me with the fire department. The fire department came. Of course, they're all like a bunch of adorable guys, and they were very sweet, and they took very good care of her. And they were like, which surprised me because they were asking questions, who's that? Who's that? And then who's me? She's like, I don't know, but she says she's an agent. And I was like, well, she just met me like 2 hours ago. So I didn't quite know what to do. And the guy said, well, that's great that you stayed. A lot of people would have left. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Who would leave somebody like that? I could never live with myself. What if something happened? So they proceeded to check her out, and they said she probably needed stitches and she'd have to go to the hospital. And so I was waiting to see if I had to take her to the hospital. And then I thought, well, what if I do take her to the hospital and then she starts coming out of this and she's looking at me like, who the hell are you? She's going to be afraid. I'm going to have to explain the whole thing. Like, okay, well, we were at a showing, yada, yada. But it was crazy. And then, so they called a friend that lives around the corner. The friend came to get her. And then she did text me the next day. So she's got stitches. I mean, it's like this big. She's got stitches and then a little thing here. But she had no, and I'll ask her if I can share the pictures. I'll put them in the comments if I can. But she had no concussion. She didn't have, like, they took like 4 different CT scans. She didn't have any major trauma. So I was going to check in with her the next day anyway. And she had texted me. It was the nicest text. And she's like, I believe you saved my life. I'm like, well, I don't know about that. But I was surprisingly calm, but like internally kind of freaking out at the same time. I just, kept looking at her, kept talking to her, kept asking her questions, kept reassuring her, I'm going to get you home. I'm going to do this. And it was just crazy. And I was thinking, all these things go through your head. And I was like, thank God she didn't roll down those stairs. What if she would have flipped over the stairs? What if she would have broken her neck? Like, of course it's not my fault, but I would have this like weird guilt thing, right? Just for being there and witnessing that. And so she's fine. She texted me pictures the next day. She actually went and ran an errand and then went home, but then she slept for like 4 days. And we're like new pals now because she just lives literally, I don't even think it's a mile away from me because I'm in the Villa Verde Historic District and she's in the Del Norte one. So they're right next to each other. And so that I couldn't share it yet because I wanted to make sure she was okay with it. But her broker owner called me and left me a wonderful message and had said that I had made an impact or whatever. So that made me feel better. But you just never know what you're going to do in situations. And you got to think about this. Like something major could happen at any point. And it's scary. But the good thing is that she's okay. And it's a beautiful house. And she got under contract. So there you go. That's my story for today. Isn't that crazy? I didn't think it was going to take 17 minutes. But thanks for joining me today. And final thoughts are that, like I said, you never know. You just never. It's not that you have to plan for every situation that could potentially come up, but I do think that we need to be more ready for certain things. Like now that has happened, I'm going to be more careful about. I walked down the stairs in front of her. I could have been in front of her and stopped her fall. Sure, we both could have fallen or whatever. But I mean, it's just being more careful, maybe even saying things like watch your step, even though that sounds silly probably, but just preparing or like just making sure that you have the right things. Like maybe I should have a first aid kit in my car. That's for sure. All she had was a towel. So that would have to be replaced. That's not a big deal, just remember. Oh, there's a comment. Good. So Gretchen says, great job taking care of her. Thank you, Gretchen. Yeah, a lot of people said that. It made me feel kind of cool because I didn't know. I was just like, but I didn't, as a lifeguard, in the summers for a long time ago, and you take first aid classes and whatever, but you just don't know how you're going to handle a situation. And it was scary because when she first fell, there was just, it was spurting out of her. And I was thinking like, oh my God, it was traumatizing. So she said, first aid kit in the car is always a good choice. Yeah, I need one for sure. And I think I need like a bigger one than just I don't know. I guess I need to research. Maybe I'll do a Canter with Katie on that. Like what's the best first aid kit to have in your car and somewhere else? Like, so I just need something to carry with me into showings, whether I'm by myself or with someone else. And so, if she didn't, it's a big property. It was listed at $1,150,000 and it went down to $965,000 because it spent 129 days on the market. But I had a point about that. It's you just never know. Oh, sometimes with the more expensive listings, the listing agent will show up and show the house with you, which is fine because I told her I was going to take talk to your EMTs. They'll tell you what you need. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm never bothered by anyone that has to come. So I'm chatting with everybody. And honestly, out of this, I made a new friend. So I'm thrilled by that. And I'm just glad everything's okay, because when you think about it, just things can happen in an instant, right? In an instant. All right. The journey begins with you. So be good to yourself, okay? Be good to yourself and to others, please. Be kind. Horgan loves you. I love you. And I will see you next week, okay? I think I'll probably do something fun for Halloween coming up. But thanks for joining me and listening to my story tonight. Crazy. See you next week. Oops.